Free.
Yeah, what up?
Yo, word on the street is you ain't gone hard on a Black Ops 2 vid in about a minute, yo.
Yo, I just posted a sick Black Ops 2 video the other day.
Yo, I don't know, man, but I'm here on the street, man. FREEDO's going soft.
What? Gone soft? You know Black Ops 2 is my shit. Made a living and a killing off it ever since Fundahar was still the guy that received death threats from the sniper kids. This flippity dibbity hip hop, you don't really want to get into a piss of match with this rappity rap, packing a mac in the back of the yak, backpack, rap, crap, yap, yappity yak. In the exact same time I attempt these lyrical acrobat stunts while I'm practicing that, I'll still be able to break a motherfucking table over the back of a couple faggots, cracking in half. Woo! FREEDO going ham on him, kill him! What's going on, guys? My name is FREEDO. Also, this is Sepulchre with the fucking king of the KSG shot in Blops Dizzle. You know, I've been thinking, why be a KSG king when you could be a god? I'm beginning to feel like a KSG god, G-God. Pray to Allah, I'm claiming KSG hot, Jihad. KSG shot for your lung, got your coffin, put your body in a coffin. Red dot, so I hit my shots often. You're soft and weak. Don't even speak or dribble a little drop in that rage mic. I know your type, you're weak and wrecked. Give it a rest, I'm blessed. Gun dress so fresh. Gold long dong so wrong when I stick it to you all night long. You guys know I'm just playing. I'm not really a rapper. I just play one on YouTube. But with this video, I really want to set the tone for 2014 in my Black Ops 2 footage. Any of my post commentaries, things that aren't from like live streams and whatnot. Definitely going to be putting a lot of tender loving care into these videos, especially the footage, theater mode, edits. Sexy. Zoom in on that ass. I owe it to you guys, you know, because my channel's actually taken off, grown a little bit. Grew 1,000 subs last month, and I'm ecstatic about
shit, though.
What?
Faggot.
Yo, shut the fuck up, you pipsqueak ass commentator. I'm sick of you motherfuckers. I'm not a rapper, just a commentator. You're a hater, denigrator. I'm the greatest, you just hate this. Scumbags backstab trying to take this success I'm having and break it. Guess what? You ain't shit. Keep crying, bitch. You couldn't get 9K subs if you ordered 1 million party platters from Subway. Your vids will still be shit, even if you did vlogs with tits, looking boy. Hey, looking boy, you okay, looking boy? I got a shout out from Thunder, looking boy. The jealousy is real on YouTube, guys. I'm trying to tell you. Like, I don't sit here and inform you all the little dramas that happen to me. Try to keep things general. Don't try to point it out. Honestly, I just want to give anybody any airtime. As I'm soaring past these small channels that want to sit and launch shots at me from range, I don't even care, man. It bounces right off. I could give two shits. People try to hate on me, try to act like I don't know Thunder made me. You know what? Thunder made me, but a lot of other channels made me too. Like, it's not just Thunder, right? And I stay real to those people. You know what I'm saying? Thunder, Chase Money, Jive Turkey, my guy Herder of Buffalo, Apocalypse, the Schwantz, Eddy the Chump, El Prez retweeted a vid for no reason, dropped a like. Only Use Me Blade dropped a like on that ad block video. I didn't even send it to him. I don't know how he got it or found it. That guy who camps dropped a like on a video for me when I was starting out. Killer Keemstar came on my podcast and shot the shit with me. Dropped a like on that vid. I've gotten help everywhere. But you know what? That's the way YouTube is. It's social media. You have to accept that other people are going to push you up. But it's only a problem if you become a fake motherfucker and don't remember the people who brought you up. Even if you pass them in sub count and get a bigger channel than them one day, I'm always going to remember where I came from. It doesn't matter what level I'm on. That's what being real is. Staying true to your roots. Shout out to Flyboy Kai, one of the few commentators to give me a light of day when I was first starting out. We actually did a dual com on his channel in the first month or two of my channel's growth. It meant a lot to me. I'll never forget that. Even if Fly drops off the face of the earth for a while, I'll be here to try to rekindle his channel if I could. Let's not forget anybody. Shout out to Super Pook, Captain Paul 91, Smokey Dog, O Trademark, and that's about it. I can't think of anybody else. If I forgot you, you know, get on that list. Why aren't you on there? I don't know. I probably could get a fuck less about you. That's probably why. Or I just forgot. But it's always a recurring theme that a commentator will come out and say that the community's gone, whether it's a lot of times back in the day, I don't think I've seen one of these happen in a while. We're due for a good community commentary, but back in the day, it used to be really easy to get a big commentator to like your video if you just said something about the community. Oh, it's gone to hell in a handbasket type shit. And that's how a lot of channels, like when I was starting out, kind of got big or got their start, you know, and I feel like we're due for one of those. But I'm honestly, I'm not trying to say that at all. Honestly, I think the community is there. You just have to find it. You have to find the right people and tune out the masses of shitheads that are only here for their own gain or are only here to hate on your gain. Like, there is a lot of people who I consider artists doing this gaming commentary thing, and I don't hate on other people who are doing it well. I just try to step my shit up to be as good as theirs or better or whatever, you know what I mean? Let's have fun and build the art form together instead of always worrying about what somebody else is doing and how they're succeeding. My name's FREEDO, I don't do outro.
Watch it peel back.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages? My name is FREEDO. Also, this is Broken with the fucking king of first-person shooter gameplay and balance, etc., etc. I want to talk today about my recipe. You know, it's next gen coming out, new games. We would love to see some new IPs. Everybody's excited for Titanfall, but I want to give my recipe for what I believe would make the perfect first-person shooter for me. You know, this is my video. People in the comment section are going to be saying completely opposite things and knocking my personal preference as if preference was somehow objectifiable. But here's how I'm going to lay it down. Somewhere in between Gotham City Imposters and Quake 3 Arena, I really think is the best combination for me. There's a lot of games that are kind of similar in this area. Black Ops 2, Halo 4, they kind of are very similar to how GCI does it, or you could say GCI is like them because they kind of ripped off a lot of ideas from there. But I think GCI is the best console shooter on the last gen. I really think so, which is sad because it's an indie title, but it does so many things right. Now, there's some functional issues where, you know, it drops frames. The hit detection isn't like the Infinity War games that everybody loves, where the hitboxes are as big as barn doors. You actually have to hit the correct hitboxes on the character. You can't expect like the elbow to hit perfectly. Oh, shot him right in the elbow. Why doesn't it connect? You got to shoot the center of mass and actually know where the hitboxes are. It's a video game. It plays like a video game. You can't expect the characters to be one-to-one portrayals of what you would expect in real life to work. But anyway, going on a big-ass tear in this game. So, what are the essentials that I like? Well, something that I think most games are forgetting and making an ugly step backwards, and I don't even think Titanfall is going to have this at all, but I'm going to harp on it. I nod to it in a lot of other videos where I mention it. Pickups! God damn it! Put pickups up on the map. Like this, the whole world is like fascinated by this create a class system, which doesn't have to be the be-all, end-all. And you can have a hybrid system where there's power weapons over the map, there's pickups, speed, invincibility, double damage. Quake. Okay, fucking Quake. Quake was great because as hard of a game as Quake was, you really can balance a game with pickups to appease casual players as well. Like, they can pick up double damage and go ham. Now, obviously, if a good player picks up double damage and can run around and keep getting health pickups and armor, like, it's a way of keeping the best players alive longer. But the good players still get the satisfaction of being able to use awesome shit from time to time. You know what I mean? And that's like the balancing feature. You gotta make somehow the best of both worlds. But I think games today are afraid to do that. They want to make it so it's more of a tactical game where it's a rock paper scissors mentality, where any player can feel, oh, if I find him, the game just froze right there. Whenever I get a challenge in the upper right, the game freezes. Like, I'm completing all sorts of challenges and the game can't handle it. Luckily, I bodied that big ass heavy with the shoddy. Shoddy's the best friend for taking out the fat characters in this game. Characters, we'll talk about that in a second. But create a class, they feel like, you know, that's an equalizer, right? And for the casuals that come in and they feel that their skill doesn't have to be like the less customization for the characters and nuances that you build in, like for instance in Counter-Strike is almost like boringly, I'm sorry to say this, I'm not a big fan of Counter-Strike. I love and respect the game, but nothing in Counter-Strike is going to be implemented in my recipe here. Counter-Strike, it's so raw, right? Like, you know, obviously you get to buy different guns, the more money you get each round, and the better you do, you get to buy better guns and maybe like vests and defuse kits and grenades and blah, blah, blah. But for the most part, it's a very honed in experience, kind of like you're playing MLG Call of Duty. That's another example. Like back in the days of MLG, Halo, and COD, I can't really speak much for Halo. I don't really know this for a fact, but at least Call of Duty, like they took all the kill streaks out, they took all the equipment out, they banned this, banned that, and they ban everything and make the game as fundamental as possible, and getting down to just fundamentals of shooting. That's what CSGO is like to me. But I feel if you need to find the happy medium to allow the casual players to use all these other little gadgets and whatnot, but still, you know, getting back to my point, pickups on the map, they make movement, and GCI implements that with the prize boxes. Battlefield 4 did this, and Battlefield 4 should be on my list as well as one of my, I think that's the best modern military first-person shooter, but it's not going to fit in my recipe necessarily. It's kind of superfluous. It's different. It's on its own thing. It's almost a sandbox game, to be honest with you, but anyway, arcade shooter is what we're going for here. Double nade, picking them up. Pickups cause... Like, I believe I just picked up this painkiller thing, and I'm just doing double damage. And then, like, yeah, it gives you the ability to do a, oh my god, a goddamn terror. I just blew up his little trap he set there, shot that guy. I'm just killing everything left and right. It gives the movement and action into the game. Movement is what you need to do. I mean, in the same way that, like, Black Ops 2 handled the ghost perk. Like, you have to move. Like, it makes it into a flanking perk instead of a camp and hide from radar perk. That's the type of things you need to be thinking about. And putting items in the middle of the map for you to go get and then go wreck, like, and they're only timed or they have a limited amount of ammo or this, that, and the next thing. That's the way to do it. Along with that, with the movement, I guess movement's a very key thing for me, is movement abilities. Now, this is kind of a general topic. It could mean a lot of things. I think GCI did it beautifully by having a whole bunch of different things. You have the little hook that I used in the last game where you can get around by just hooking onto everything. Very fun to just hook on this wall, that wall, get it up places and move faster. You have the roller skates that I like to use with girl characters and these little ramps you can go up. I'm actually using the inflatable shoes right now. Usually use the roller skates though, and you can go off the ramps and just fly like woohoo, and you naturally move a little bit faster, but you can't turn as quick. Balancing factor, awesome. The inflatable shoes lets you double jump and jump higher. That's awesome. Like, so many things in GCI they just did absolutely right. And movement abilities on a character are pretty interesting. You don't necessarily have to have it in the create a class system, though. You could have it as simple as, let's say, Quake, where there's just bounce pads everywhere. And a lot of people, I think, attribute the bounce pad idea to Halo, but really, obviously, it's Quake, which did it a lot better. And oftentimes, there'd be bounce pads leading to other bounce pads, and you'd ping pong across the map like you're in a pinball machine, like bing, 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 bing. Like, yeah, awesome, fun. It just ways to move around the map more effectively is always the way to go. Titanfall is going to do that. Look forward to that as well. Let's move on, and we're going to slap on some more gameplay here. I actually wanted to make this a shorter video, but you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to keep going. A whole bunch more things on my list. We're just going to make this almost into a goddamn podcast. Why not? Let's see. Create a class. The thing with create a class, and this kind of ties into what I said about pickups, you want to have parity, but you also can have novelty. You don't want to, you want to make as many things as balanced as possible, but you also want to put things in there for fun. You don't want to try to make everything balanced because you're going to drive yourself crazy. You want to have, and GCI does this great as well because it doesn't try to have like Battlefield amount of customization and options, right? There's only 2 of like everything. There's 3 ARs, 2 SMGs, 2 shotguns. Like there's, you know, it's like either you have the pump shotgun or the semi-auto shotgun. The pump's a little bit stronger. The semi-auto is a little more forgiving. Risk versus reward. I'm always going to go with the pump because pump it up. It does more damage and it's more of a skill weapon. That's how you think about it. You don't worry about having like 4 different sniper rifles in Call of Duty, which really you only need 1 sniper, let's be honest. Or, you know what I'm saying, 1 bolt-action sniper is all you need. And balance it from there. You don't have to worry about having all this, what I call false options, or I think I usually use a better word than that, but false variety, I think, is what I usually say. You don't need that. And if anything, you can make power-ups. In turn, you want extra guns? Well, make them power-ups, make them pickups on the map. You know, if you want a super awesome sniper rifle, you can have that, but put it in the middle of the map because the option to spawn in with an item is incredibly powerful. And if that's why things like motion sensors, and let's take, I don't know, take a random game. MW3, a motion sensor is going to be more effective than the jammer or whatever because of the nature of how it's built. But if you make that, let's say, a kill streak or a pickup or something, it's balanced better because it limits the accessibility to it, but also includes it in the game in an interesting way. But created class really ruins balance in a lot of ways, and a lot of games are getting narrow-minded. It's got to be created class, everything's got to be Call of Duty 4. No, bad idea. Customization, I think, is awesome. GCI does this good as well. Again, best last-gen shooter, just saying. It should be obvious that it's pretty easy to implement, in my opinion. Call of Duty Ghost does it, but it's pretty shitty in Ghost. I'm not going to lie. I'm not very impressed. Oh, you can be a girl. Big deal. GCI does a lot better because there's everything about your character. You can play Dress Me Up, and it's actually good because they promote that part of the game by having the lineup finishes, where at the end of the game you get the top 3, and I guess it's not that good for bad players. They're not going to care, but hey, if you're not as invested in the game, you're probably not going to be getting in those top 3 anyway, right? So it rewards your best players and keeps your more satisfied customers, your hardcore gamers, happy. And even for the casuals, they can still play Dress Me Up, and they can see what their characters look like in their own screens. But adding those options are far too simple to pass up, in my opinion. But character styles is another thing that GCI does well. If we're going to have create a class, and this is a huge thing, Call of Duty can learn from GCI. Yeah. You don't have to have cartoony difference. You don't have to have it be heavies are giant hitboxes that move slow, and lightweight characters are very small and move very fast. You don't have to have it like GCI, but GCI does it way better than Call of Duty does it. In Call of Duty, you can get a sniper and put lightweight on that bitch and be, you know, awesome. Whereas, it, you know, like you could really change the game if you say give the light machine gun character more health and make him a little bit fatter of a character with a bigger hitbox. Like, that could be game changing. And then you balance around that. You change the aspects of the game and how it works based on those assumptions. SMG characters are the same. You can make them a little bit smaller. They're already faster, right? You can make their characters a little bit smaller, and it kind of can offset the fact that their guns have less range, but, you know, maneuverability and things like that. Give more diversity in the playstyles, whereas in COD it feels like everybody's kind of the same. GCI adds that element, but there's not one set way to go because every playstyle is legitimate. However, I can't say, I don't know if there's really a best case scenario in GCI. I don't know if people have mastered the game to that level. I don't think it's played like competitively or anything. But as far as I know, I feel like I can use anything I want. You know, I don't feel like anything's overpowering me. I can use any style of character that I want. We talked about movement. Perks, we talked about a little bit. We're going to finish this out talking about a few other creative class things. We talked about perks as well. That's I've said this in other videos as well. You want the economy of using perks to benefit movement perks. This is the thing. I'm keep saying this word. Movement, movement, movement. If you want a game where it's slow as shit like Ghosts, then you empower the non-movers, who are already empowered because moving and waiting and anticipating what's coming to you in FPS is usually always easier. Like, the only game where it's not is like Quake, where if you're camping in Quake, if you're just sitting in a corner, it doesn't fucking matter, because I'm going to be jumping and gliding across the map, shooting rockets at you. You're an easier target, and you're not going to be able to follow me because I have so much health and it takes so much work to kill a player. Whereas, let's flip that in the entire opposite direction. In Call of Duty Ghosts, you have no health quote, or the guns do insta-kill damage, whatever. You insta-die in Ghosts, so that camper in the corner, he's not afraid of a guy jumping into the room and being a hard target. Doesn't matter. He's got first shot on you. He's waiting. He's ready. So, how fast you die, whether it's Quake, whether it's Halo, whether it's Black Ops 2, whether it's COD Ghosts, and if you paid attention, that's kind of a scale downward in terms of how fast you die, the time to kill. That's, goes up and down that scale. Depending on where you are on that scale, you have to more benefit the moving perks. So Ghost should be completely restructured as far as I'm concerned. It can have the insta-kill gameplay if it wants, but I really think they need to realize that the movement and, ready up perk and this and that, it needs to be economically built in such a way where that is the best thing to use, whereas now it's balanced flat, where the movement and rushing perks are worth the same as the camping perks. But you gotta remember, it's already a camping game, blah blah blah. Talking way too much about Ghost. It's I haven't played that in a month and a half, 2 months now. But I want COD to learn from that, and I want other games to learn from that as well, because everybody wants to emulate Call of Duty. And the biggest fear a lot of people have of Titanfall is it's just going to be a new Call of Duty, like Call of Duty with mechs. And that's going to be terrible if that's what it is. I don't think that's necessarily exactly what they're going to do with Titanfall. I do think that the movement abilities are going to be legit. People are going to be parkouring all over the map, and that's going to be a huge thing. That's another thing. Everybody can parkour. So you have to parkour in that game to do well, hopefully. Hopefully it's not like Wings of Redemption thinks he knows everything, right? He said this on a few videos, maybe a podcast, can't remember, but I heard him say it. He said, only the noobs are going to parkour. I'm going to, the player that's not moving is going to kill him. I don't think Wings has played a game like Quake, right? There's so many ignorant Call of Duty players out there that think they know everything about first-person shooters, and they say, oh, every first-person shooter has this. No, only Call of Duty games have that. They say random things oh, every game, shotguns shouldn't do this, perks shouldn't do that. It's you're living within a framework that's only operating within one game. The world is so much bigger than that. Take off the blinders, you know what I mean? Movement is a huge thing in games other than Call of Duty. Call of Duty really restricts your ability to move unless you have perks that promote it. Keep it moving. Let's say camping and tactical equipment and such. That's the last thing we're going to end on. Black Ops 2 did this the best. I'm not going to lie. I know a lot of people hate the shock charges, hate the Bettys, hate the Claymores, hate the Worm Squirm setup with the Assault Shield, Sentry Gun, and Guardian alongside those other equipments. Black Ops 2 did it perfect, in my opinion, because it put those entities in the game for the players that want to use them. The scrubs, the whatevers. A lot of them are counterable without anything added. That's one main thing you got to remember. They're fine if you don't have to change your play style to be able to beat them. For instance, I hated shock charges, right? Everybody did for the first 2 months of Black Ops 2. But then when I realized if you just listen, you can hear them fizzling from very far away. And you can kind of pinpoint where they are, especially if you have a headset. So shock charges really, the amount they annoyed me went down considerably. And it's oh, you want to use a shock charge? Go ahead. They buff Tac Mask, so it doesn't affect you. Bouncing Bettys is another example. Claymores, not so much. Claymores are overpowered, in my opinion. I wish there was only Bouncing Bettys. Bouncing Bettys, you hear them go off, you can duck underneath them, prone underneath them, and render them null and void, which is a fun aspect to the game. It's rewarding. It doesn't feel for instance, World at War had the most outrageous Bouncing Bettys ever. If you were surviving a Bouncing Betty, was something you would put in a montage. It was amazing when you did it. The only way to do it is to set the Bouncing Betty off and run around a corner as fast as you can, and you'll still get injured a little bit, and hopefully you don't die. But players don't want to feel like they're cheated in deaths. They don't want to feel like there was no way for them to combat that. And you can't get in this rock, paper, scissors mentality of perks. That's the problem with like Call of Duty Ghosts, where the only way to deal with an IED is if you counter it with a perk. Well, what? So I'm supposed to stop doing what I wanted to do to counter your bullshit that nobody likes? No, that's stupid. Bouncing Betties are legit because you can counter them by crouching like a good player, and even if you're not that good of a player, you can get rewarded, and this is the end of the video. EMP grenades, although they should not affect your HUD as long as they do. The effect on the player was overpowered, I'll give you that. But destroying equipment, just bam, a whole building, all the equipment's gone. EMP grenade, through walls, everything, gone. But here's the icing on the cake. It's balanced in such a way to reward you within the score streak system that you destroy a couple claymores, a couple shock charges, that worm squirm setup. You got yourself like an instant 5 kill streak. You know what I'm saying? 125 for a sentry, I think 50 a piece for a shock charge, Bouncing Betty. Those points add up really quick. So not only does it destroy that thing and counter it, it rewards you above that. See that philosophy that I'm talking about? That's what Call of Duty Ghosts doesn't understand. It's not just about equalizing it and saying, oh, you can counter that. I should be able to... The word counter, I think, has been bastardized over time. Counter nowadays means equalize. What counter used to mean in, like, let's say a fighting game, it's like, okay, you're trying to do this combo, I counter combo, ultra or whatever, combo breaker, you know what I'm saying? What's that game called? Something Instinct, Primal Instinct, Fury Instinct, I don't remember. But I don't play those. I don't play fighting games. Sorry, I've always sucked at them. But that's what a counter is. Like, it takes what they were doing and fucks them over for trying it. That's what a counter is. Like a counter move. You know what I'm saying? A counter punch. You block his punch and you sock him in the face. He gets injured. Not you block it and all of a sudden it's equalized. No, fuck that. It should hurt him for trying to do that shit. That's my point. That's the point where you need to get at with the perks and stuff. So, long-ass video rambling about the perfect recipe for a first-person shooter. Thank you for stopping by this long. If you watch this whole video, goddammit, you gotta hit the like button. At least hit the dislike button. Like, if you're like, oh, I don't wanna share this with my friends on Twitter. I don't want them to know I like to FREEDO vid. Do me a solid, just hit the dislike. It's just as good as a like. Here's a secret, in case you didn't know that. A dislike is just as good on a video as a like. It just doesn't share with your friends. So, dislike my vid. Dislike all my vids. I don't give a shit. My name is FREEDO. I don't do outros.
Yeah, the rocket in my pocket. Right. If you're a bigger channel and you don't like a video that you do enjoy, you're a cunt. You are a cunt. Because the only reason that you're in the position that you are now is because someone bigger helped you. And if everyone's not prepared to do that anymore, that's why our community is fucking shit. And I promise you, I will never be like that.
Let me play devil's advocate to this. Likes do matter, though. I'm not going to promote something I don't want to put my stamp of approval on. I'm with you. I'm in your camp. That's the way I try to be, but I don't give likes out for free either, because I also look down at people who are those greedy small channels that see a cash grab. It's like, it's totally cool with me if you want to start a YouTube channel and put your gaming shit up. That's fine. But if you're trying to enter this community, the sphere, like, build something better than what we already have. We have enough people just rambling, saying nonsense. Like, I don't really need to promote that to my fans. Don't want to see that. They want to see something interesting that I agree with or I would like for them to see. You know what I mean?
That is unfucking believable. I remember starting the YouTube channel, and it's not very fun for a while in that respect. It's fun while you're making the videos, but trying to get people to watch, it's not very fun. So I will always have empathy for someone in that position. And I think if you do like something that comes from someone new, if there's a new voice in the choir that is actually worthy of listening to, then give them the attention. Go.
You know what I think, though? I think it's because we're still in the infancy stage in terms of the creativity with gaming content, I honestly think. I think there's quite a few people being more creative now than there was back in the day because the bar keeps getting higher and higher, right? So if you start YouTube now and you're doing things that was the norm 3, 4, 5 years ago, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, we don't really need you here so much. Like that's why I'm hard on people, because you remember what it was like to be small. I remember what it was like to be small. I remember what it was like thinking, if I don't get on the Mark of J Subscriber Tuesday, I'm never going to get subs. Where are they going to come from? No, I'm never going to be. And I'm not going to be able to get on that channel because I don't even play that way. I'm against everything about what that was about. This is back in MW3 when Commentaries was the thing to be, and that was the only thing that was growing. It was like, wow, do I have to do this to succeed? No, you don't. You really don't. But you have to create and evolve the art form, and until you do that, which I don't think I really did until the last few months of my channel, and that's why it's being successful. Until you learn to do that for yourself, that's when you have success. So that's what I say, like, I don't want small bad channels clogging the airspace. I'm not going to lie. I want you to push yourself forward and realize and give a hard look and go through those growing pains, the same growing pains I did. Make that shitty content, push through it, and then get to the lighter end of the tunnel at the end of the road.
Yeah, we've all done it. We've all done it. My videos now are so different to the videos that I did at the start. It's unreal. So that's really the secret for all you kids who've got gaming channels. Make content that you would want to see. It doesn't get simpler. And I'm pretty sure that that's what happened to you. You looked at your own videos and you went, nah. And changed it. Yeah, not cutting it. Not even for you. You know, so how can you expect other people to come and flock to you and adore you? Like, you know, unless you do.
The other big tip that I got, like, I like what you said, make the stuff you want to see. My tip in my goal for myself is to make better content than the biggest channels. Like, because everybody gets in this mindset like, oh, it's unfair, you're undersubbed, he's undersubbed, you don't have enough subs. The point is, you are competing against them because they're already installed. People already know them. People already like them. People already watch all that stuff. If you're trying to, like, hey, busting the scene, look at me, you got to be better than what they got, or different enough, unique enough, whatever. And that's the goal I have for myself, and that's the goal I would say everybody else should have too. Crazy thing is, I think nobody saw this coming, and it's almost like hilarious that nobody saw it coming, but I really believe nobody saw, like, the way YouTube was building and working. I don't think anybody knew it was going to sort of infuse with Google and kind of be one and the same. So,
yeah,
like,
no one saw that.
Whereas it used to be like, oh, I'll Google something. I'll Google a story. I'll Google the DLC for whatever game. This is pre-COD, I'm saying. Yeah. But now it's like, now anybody that was with YouTube back at the start, now that they've kind of grown and YouTube is the second biggest search engine, or maybe the first, I don't even know how that works anymore. But the point is, the way Google and YouTube work together, and people want video content more than reading off a story anyway, then it's in the forefront. And now you have a guy like Ali who's on top of the mountain, and it's going to be like impossible for anybody to really knock him off as far as I'm concerned. But that's not necessarily a bad thing as long as he does a good job and does what his viewers want to do. Who wins the console war now, according to you? Like, do you like the PS4 more or the Xbox One?
I like the PS4 more, but more of my friends have the Xbox One, so...
You know who I think wins the next-gen console race?
You don't give a shit.
PC, son of a bitch. Should have seen that coming.
PCs are better gaming machines. Simple. But they are not necessarily good social gaming machines. I think that's a fair...
I don't like people, so I don't really care.
Yeah, you fucking hate people, so fuck them. Looking at me, do you think I'm a good or bad cook?
You look like you need your own cooking show, especially with that goddamn shirt.
I know. See, this isn't an effort, but...
That looks terrible. Sexify that bitch. Sexify it.
Fuck that. Like, it looks ridiculous. Like, I look like an idiot.
PKA 161. Do you have any opinions about this you'd like the world to know?
It's basically like getting a wild animal, like, live on television, and then fucking, it misbehaved and mauled someone. Like, fuck off. Like,
the bear ate the anchor. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Didn't see that coming.
We didn't expect that or set that up in any way whatsoever. Of course not. And I was like, this guy needs some fucking help. He doesn't need to be on PKA.
But on the other hand, this is our Charlie Sheen. You know, this is what happens in the entertainment industry. People
but that's not okay either. That's not. It's like Lindsay Lohan. Like, am I the only one that watches Lindsay Lohan and doesn't think, well, fuck her, she's a bit... Like, I watch her and I go, that's a fucking tragedy. Like, that is that is someone not fucking well in the public eye. Like, that's not fucking funny, dude. If someone's sick, they're sick. That's not funny.
I think maybe it's my Americanness, maybe it's my youth, maybe it's my hatred to humanity, but I just don't have as big of a heart as you, I think. And I get into the most fundamentals of society and thinking of it this way, like, if we're in the African savannah thousands of years ago and we're all fighting, me and you, we're doing our thing, right? We're like planning, we're like, all right, we're going to hunt down this gazelle, whatever. And then, you know, X-Jaws, Sammy boy over there in the corner is like, doesn't give a shit about finding water, doesn't want to play with the group, and he's prodding a fucking tiger or lion or whatever. There's no tiger. Is there tigers in that? I don't know. He's fucking like fighting with the lion. Am I like, what do I have to do in that situation? I still believe in personal responsibility, and I don't feel it's my job to be everybody's saving grace, because there's only so much love I have to get. A very little amount of love I have in my heart, and it's only going to a few select people, and everybody else, you know, if you're not going to look to improve yourself, there's only so much I can do. And I also want to re-mention again, we don't necessarily know how they deal with that situation off air.
Americans take this perspective where everything is hyperbolic. So something that's very complex, how you deal with someone who's not well, is equivalated to, if we're on the savannah, we're not on the savannah, right? You cannot say they're the same thing or try and draw conclusions between the two, because they're not. They might share some principles like, oh, it's a pain in the arse to look after people who can't look after themselves. Agreed. But there aren't the same stakes.
This is why I play these games. This is why I get in these conversations. I urge everybody to challenge your own beliefs and do these things. Have these experiments to you know, you always learn something, even if you still don't agree. But like,
if you only ever talk to people that you agree with, you end up learning nothing.
Right, exactly. However, I think selfishly, I still want to laugh at crazy people that are famous. Sorry. As an evil, heartless wannabe comedian, I don't care.
Watch it peel back.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? My name is FREEDO, also known as the motherfucking king of the World War II shooter. I got my MP44 beastin'. This is some sick gameplay. I'm not gonna lie. Like, oftentimes my gameplay, I'm proud of, but I go on some really sick tears in the footage you're about to watch, and I don't know if the other team's just incompetent in each one of these clips or what. Or honestly, this game that I'm playing right here, it's Rising Sun or Rising Storm or Red Orchestra 2 or some combination of the two. I'm not sure. It seems like the games kind of meld together for some reason. Get out of my face! I play Call of Duty, man. You know how good that gun skill is? Actually, gun skill coming from CSGO and Battlefield, but because I'm playing on PC here with the mouse. This game was on sale on the Steam sale a couple days ago. I actually did a first impression video on my second channel, but I finally figured out some of the mechanics. I still flub them up a little bit because this is a harder game to control than a Call of Duty or a Battlefield. There's more things you get to worry about. Like right here, I'm bandaging myself up after getting injured. You can bleed out if you get hit in a critical artery or something, but you can still run up the stairs and just beast people. Like, it's still a shooter game, like a war shooter game. It's not futuristic or crazy. It still handles like Battlefield and Call of Duty, but there's a few more aspects that you have to worry about. Not going to get too deep into that because this video is not about talking about this game necessarily, but more so the genre. I don't know how I didn't kill that guy right there, by the way, but I mean, this streak right here with this bolt action, oh, it's so sexy. It could last for like 10 minutes. I kill like 100 people. It's awesome. But I want to talk about going back to the World War II era, because I talked about it a few vids ago. Thunder said this as well. I think we both really liked World at War, Call of Duty World at War. Everybody says Call of Duty 4 was the greatest thing since sliced bread, but I liked World at War because, honestly, I played Call of Duty 2 back on PC before it was on 360, before Call of Duty was this craze that everybody knew about, before it was a big household name. Call of Duty 2 was critically acclaimed, so was the first one, but I didn't play it. Because what Call of Duty was doing back then, it was pioneering the idea of a more cinematic first-person shooter gameplay experience, and that was novel at the time. Whereas now it's like we're used to these Michael Bay explosions and craziness going on in the modern settings. Now they send people out in space, and it's like that movie Gravity and shit, and Call of Duty Ghosts, it's crazy. But back then, no games really were doing that. And essentially what like Call of Duty 2 did, it ripped Saving Private Ryan like for verbatim and did it awesome. Is that a guy sitting there, laying there on the ground? Oh my god, it is. He shot me in the dome piece. Him. Oh god, isn't it great to have a game that has skill gap? You see what I did there? Anyways, back on topic. So, the World War II setting. It does so many good things. It does good things for the immersion, like we were talking about with the cinematics, but that doesn't really mean anything for multiplayer, right? But it does, in a weird way. It does because the weapons from that era were so much more confined, okay? You don't have these red dots and stuff. Usually, at least in like Call of Duty 2, when I was playing that on PC, you didn't have any red dots or any of this customization. The weapons, they felt more visceral because they were incredibly limited to what they could do. A bolt action versus a Tommy gun or an MP40 versus an MP44, each one of those has like a personality. You know what I mean? Whereas the modern military shooter games, they try to do that. They try to make each weapon somehow incredibly different from the rest. But at the end of the day, modern military guns are just so much more advanced that there's not huge differences between them. I mean, I'm sure some gun nut's going to get in the comments and say I'm wrong about that. But the point is, back in World War II, that was much more different. You know what I mean? If there was a Browning light machine gun setup and someone else had a bolt action, just the interplay of the gunplay of what that means is huge. You know what I'm saying? And this game right here handles it very well. You know, like I said before, there's a lot of mechanics that you have to learn that are difficult, but the guns, like for instance the light machine guns in this game, you have to prop them up in order to ADS. You can't ADS a light machine gun. It's like a balancing feature. The bolt action rifles you can run around and gun with, but they're skill weapons. You know what I mean? Skill weapons? Get out of my face! Oh my god. Close ranging these fools like I'm using a KSG in Blops 2. Boy, that takes me back. Takes me back to those 2025 days, even though we're back here in 1930 whatever or 40. I can't remember when World War II was. Sorry. Oh, the haters are going to come out. I know it. You don't know your history, FREEDO. How are you going to feel so nostalgic for this time period? But another thing that I think about the personality of this time period, when you're playing it in multiplayer, it's so much more immersive to me. And this is going to sound really ugly to say, but the fact of the matter is, World War II was the last time period where war was intensely glorified and romanticized. Now, it's the complete opposite. War is sterilized. It means nothing. Like, you sit up in an AC-130 and just gun people down easily, or you drop bombs on basically opponents that are like ancient civilizations in terms of the tech they have. Back here in World War II was the last real conflict where the sides fought brutally and they still had like a question of how they were going to match up. The weaponry was much more balanced in a lot of ways, and you felt like you were fighting for something. It sounds really cheesy to say that stuff about a video game, but I want to see more games go back to the World War II setting. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. My name is FREEDO. I don't do outros.
Watch it peel back.
What's going on, guys? My name is FREEDO, also known as the Cyberbroken motherfucking king of Battlefield 4. So I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. You see this video, it's like over 10 minutes long. You're thinking, man, this is gonna be one of those dumbass, long, droning, boring Battlefield 4 videos. This type of gameplay that people are afraid Battlefield 4 is all about. Long videos, long gameplays. Well, guess what, guys? It's only 10 minutes because this is a 400 ticket server, and guess what? This is the greatest TDM score line I've ever gotten in Battlefield 4. I have no idea what I'm talking like that. Sniper, get out of my face, you ugly hoe. Throwing grenades at me left and right, shooting at a bush. That's no big deal. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. But this game was epic, dude. I try to put my team on my back, and we'll see how it works out for me. But I get a 6 KD, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And it's all about them gun kills, yo. Like, getting a 6 KD on Battlefield 4 is like getting a 10 KD game in Call of Duty. Because, you know, there's no kill streaks that you're calling out to help steamroll your ass. It's just straight up, oh god, I'm choking on my own success. Oh man. So that headshot from range, clean AK-12 fire. It's just too much for me to handle, dude. Oh, drop shot, that bitch. You ain't seen that kind of stuff since Call of Duty, son. Look at the range on those patty cake machines right there. The defib, I love it. I'm gonna revive like 100 people this game, dude. I really try to. I do as much slaying, as much reviving as possible. Nade behind me. Get out of there, FREEDO. Ooh, medkit ribbon. Oh, get off of that little spot. Oh, he's one shot. You know it. Go back. Little greedy. Take those little burst fire AK-12 kill. What a beast. So obviously I made this is the same exact map we were playing on the AK-12 gun porn vid. This is my favorite gun in the game. I don't know why. It just feels so versatile. It feels solid. It feels stable. It feels that I know where the shots are gonna go all the time. That's the craziest thing with Battlefield, because there's bullet drop, because there's things you have to account for with the bullet trajectory and time and the gravity and the speed. What is that called? The velocity of the bullet drop, etc. It's like the AK is the only gun that I really feel confident. I try to save this guy on the outside. He died. Jimmy, come back, Jimmy. You know you can breathe. Damn it, lost another ticket because a teammate going down. I gotta be the man to do everything. We're down by 10. Find a guy. Oh shit, I was out of ammo. Probably should have ran up and found some. That ticket's going to be very valuable there at the end. Get gunned down by M294249, whatever it's called. I'm dyslexic. Pop back in with the AK-12. Two dumbass teammates dead right here. One slips away. Oh, the sniper. Rodney's not going to make it. We're going to have to move on, though. The battle continues. Another dead teammate in front of me. Oh, my God. It's like saving Private Ryan up in this motherfucker. Oh, get on my face. Oh, you didn't see me, did you? Get back up, soldier. Charge up those defib pads. Patty kick his ass back to life. That's another pro tip for you guys. If you don't know, you charge up those defibs, you can bring people to life. It's really annoying if people revive you at 10% health if you just kind of tap it, or maybe it's 25, I don't remember. There's actually a little bit of range to the defibs, and you also charge them up. If you wait like 3 seconds or so, you can bring somebody back at like 100% health just about, and that's probably what you want to do, especially when you have the opportunity to. But of course you have to keep in mind, like, is he going to bleed out, and you do it as fast as possible, but you will also want to wait a little bit if you can, so you revive him with a little bit of health in case he's got to take a few shots, as tends to happen, because if a guy killed him, there's probably a guy nearby. So like in this situation, got a teammate down on my left, but I know there's other enemies flanking around, so I decided to let my teammate die. Hopefully that wasn't a bad decision at the end of the day. Oh, there's a guy way over there. I want to move up, push into the enemy team's position, mow him down, finish him off with a pistol. Yes, sir! Like Jay Easy in this motherfucker. You remember? You miss him? You miss Jay Easy? Jay motherfucking Easy, man. He made some good ass videos back in the day. Kind of feel like him commentating this shit like a million miles an hour. Ah, missed my gunfire right there. He was 16 health. Needed to land another bullet on him, but he wipes me out with the MTAR-21. A lot of my subscribers have been saying that's a good gun, so I hear. I don't really know. I can't confess for that. I don't really use a lot of the other guns other than the assault rifles. I hate to say it. Like, I'm at the point of the game where I used all the assault rifles. I hear what a lot of people say. Charge that bitch up. There's a guy to my left. I'll whip out my assault rifle. Get out of here, you sniper ghillie suit, bitch. Snipers aren't bullshit in this game, though. They actually do take some skill to use well. But anyway, I'm also used the assault rifles. I went through the entire progression, got them all unlocked, except for the one that you need the campaign for. Get out of that fucking window! Johnny, get back up, boy! Charge up them defib pads. Get your fat ass up. Here, take that health pack. Pat yourself up. I really like the first 3 ARs, really is what it comes down to. Like, some people say the Ace is the best one. Clean shots across the map. Take them out. Take them out. Some people say the Ace is the best one. I know like the M16 and AEK were the best in Battlefield 3, or one of the best. Battle Pack. But in this game, they seem to nerf him down to oblivion. I thought my teammate was going to watch that window. Johnny, you just got us both killed. Jesus Christ, we're going to lose this war thanks to you. Dumbass teammate. 17-2. Beastification. It does start to slip a little bit from here. I'm not going to lie. The 17-2 is probably the best start I've ever had to a game. I was just putting the team on my back. I had to do it, but yet look at the scoreline. We're still down by like 30. What the hell is this? Oh, clean shots, headshot. Drop that med pack, clean yourself up, freed up with his other enemies to take out. Long down ranged grenade out. I like, I'm all over the place with this commentary. I really like the AK. I like the SCAR in certain situations. When I'm beasting, I really like the SCAR. If my shot's completely on, I love outgunning people because they die like instantly if you hit your shots right away. But the AK is a lot more forgiving, and I end up thinking it's better for me. And then if there's a little bit closer range, that M1216 I think it is. Ooh, guys at range, take him out. Suppressed fire, take him out as well. Cleaning up everybody. Spot bonuses and assists out the wazoo. That's what I'm talking about. Good team player. Team deathmatches can be a fun mode, guys. I'm telling you, 64-man servers. Now we're 212 to 226, down by 14. FREEDO's gonna have to go ham in here to bring this game back. Can he do it? I think he can. Get down, sniper shots firing at my ass. I'm gonna have to reload, heal up, reconvene with my team. Do not want to challenge snipers at range when they have a good angle on you. Sniping is hard in this game, but if a good sniper's looking at you at range, you better get in that AR distance. Take a few shots, 21 health. Drop that med pack down. Magical med pack that automatically heals me if I just stand on it. It's amazing. Battlefield 4 is so realistic. What a realistic game. But anyway, we were talking about assault rifles. People say the Ace 21 or whatever it is the best AR. I don't know. It sucks in my hands. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I'm more familiar with the way these other guns. Ooh, shake and bake Ricky Bobby. He didn't see me. M9 to your back. I can't wait till I unlock the Magnum. Dude, that's all I want for Christmas. All I want for Christmas is a Python and Magnum 357. Take his ass out too, man. I need some ammo. We can't afford to lose any more tickets, man. Before I went gung-ho and just ran out in the open with my M9 trying to take on primaries, which feels like impossible to do. Now this time I'm just going to stalk this guy, this fatty. Drop an ammo pack for me, dumbass. Look, I'll trade you med bags and you give me some ammo. Stop running, you dumbass. Where are you going? Nobody's over here. Come on, drop it. Drop it like it's hot. Come on. Need ammo. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, you dumbass. Jesus. Let's get to the point, man. We've been rambling left and right. Let me know in the comments below, like, what the hell is the best gun in this game? Like, am I an idiot for thinking that? I can't really seem to actualize the Ace, and that's what people say is the best. The M1216 rips people apart too, but it's not as consistent at range as, like, let's say the AK or the SCAR, so that's why I kind of prefer each one of those in their own little significant gunfight sections depending on which map I'm playing. Like, obviously those of you that play Conquest, the game's completely different. I play a lot of TDM, honestly, because I just like the fast action. I think it makes for good YouTube videos, though Conquest is obviously where it's at when it comes to Battlefield. That's the whole point of the game. Get out of that building, motherfucker. Sam, get up, buddy. Sam, take that med pack. Get up, soldier. What's that, like 20 revives this game? Jesus Christ. And we're still down by like 10. Fighting the good fight. FREEDO looking at the spawn. There's a teammate down. I gotta get to him. Jump, dummy, jump. God, white people can't jump. Trying to jump over the walls, but they're just blowing it apart here. Shotgun guy in the middle of the map. Didn't even see him. A lot of you guys have been telling me to use the shotguns as well. I'm not sure if I want to be that cheesy, because shotguns feel really cheesy to me in Battlefield, especially when you use them in TDM. You're using them in Conquest, like, you're a badass, dude. But in TDM, these close quarters maps, like, I do want to try the slug shotty out, but at the same time, it's just I don't want to be a cheesy guy and get kicked from servers and shit. Get up, Francis. Come on, take that, take that med pack, snipe. Like 50 heals this game already. Grenade! Long shots out. People running right in front of me. Suppression and kill assist bonus. 295 to 311. We are still losing. It's a 400 ticket game. Remember that, folks. For those of you keeping score at home, my shot's getting tired, man. You can just see I'm starting to miss shots, starting to get frustrated. I've been going ham this entire game, and it's like, damn, how much you guys ask from me? How much can you ask? Like, does Kobe really got to score 80 points in a game in order for us to win? Well, like, what's going on here? I'm not that good at Battlefield. I'm a battle noob. I'm a battle noob. That's the best way to put it. I was gonna say something else, but that's really the best way to say it. I'm not that good at Battlefield. I'm just not. That's why I don't really stream it. Oh my God, there's snipers in the distance. I'm allergic to snipers. God, that shit's disgusting. We're down by 20. Yo, FREEDO, you gonna edit that out, man? Sneezing on the mic? No, fuck that, man. We'll keep going. I don't script my commentaries like all those other commentators say. Oh, I'm just gonna fuck up and not fix it because, you know, I don't script my commentaries. Who gives a shit? Just keep it flowing, keep it going. Other commentators get away with it. Why shouldn't I? Just keep it going, man. Hop up here. Teammates push around the outside. Jimmy goes down. Jimmy, how dare you go down? Oh, hop over that. Punch him in the face with my AK-12 down his throat. Gotta heal myself back up first, though. Shoot this guy. Get up, Jimmy. Get up, Jimmy. Oh, no, I didn't go to get him. No, that's... Lupe. Lupe was sitting there. I was going to try to go heal him, but I got a little too greedy in the red zone. Mini takes me out. This garbage little mini nade. I'm sorry, but you're a little queer if you toss around those little Pokeballs everywhere. You get 3 of those little bitches, and they do way too much damage. Like, be a man and use a real big man grenade. And you know what I'm saying? You get 1 of them, you got to make it count. You can't just, like, have these forgiving ass 3 mini grenades every spawn. Like, that's the most bullshit thing ever. It's like Call of Duty 4 frag times 3. It's not fun. I don't know why the hell they put that in this game. It's clearly ridiculous. That's like the only thing I really have to complain about when it comes to the balance. Charge up them defibs. Get up, Sam. Get up. Come on. I'm running out of names. To call out these motherfuckers. So, let's look at the score. 354 to 378. It's getting hairy now. We're down by 22. I'm going to have to make a huge comeback. Oh, defib. He dies a second too late. Dr. Mario over here fails his mission, but I do take out that guy with the sweet little drop shot coming on the outside. At this point of the game, I'm thinking to myself, oh my god, we have... What's that? 17 lives left. Get up, soldier. I'm not even going to fully charge up the defib. Don't have time for that. Got to run out and take some kills. Take a few shots down to 10 health myself. Get a kill. Reload my AK. Trying to jump up there, but again, white man can't jump. Tossed on the med pack for myself, but I got to remember, I got to be the one getting kills because these dumbass teammates are just going to run out and keep dying without killing anything. 368 to 387. 13 lives left. 12 lives left. Going on the outside. Get in a fight with a guy down range. Suppression assist. Reload. Re-engage on the spawn trap with a med kit down at my... Oh my god, just get melted by a light machine gun. 81 health. Hopefully my teammates can come back. Come on, FREEDO. Somebody revive me. 33 and 7. Not exactly a 3 KD or a 6 KD, but a pretty damn good KD. And no, my teammates fail me. What the hell? First place on our team was 40 and 15. I was second place with 33 and 7. The best game I've ever had, and it's ruined because my teammates blow big monkey dick. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed. My name is FREEDO. I don't do outros.
The next time you watch a sporting event on American television, try and think of a time when one of the commentators doesn't say something that's like, this thing is fucking amazing. This thing has never happened before. This thing is why we love this sport. And play this little game and see how much of it is actually just commentary. Because it's like 1%. The rest of it is like total hyperbole, marketing. This shit's like the NBA's. I love the NBA, but like the NBA is the worst for it. It's like before you watch a game, they're like NBA big. This is why we love the game. It's just like it's like marketing, man. Like stop talking like that. I feel like I'm just listening to a pitch all the time. Like I'm not hearing people talk. It just sounds like maybe that's just me.
And then I think when we watch your sports, though, we get bored.
Yeah, we're just like no one's saying anything. They're like.
I don't know. Maybe do you watch the NFL though? I only watch the NFL, so that's the only way. You know, our football league. So yeah. I think there's a lot of analysis in the NFL personally. But
yeah, no, there is, but there's too many advert breaks in the NFL. Like the NFL gets like seriously nerdy. They're like, look at this passing lane and look at this yardage.
I love that.
Yeah, I know you do, and that's fine. There's no criticism of that. I'm fine with that. But there is sort of also like there's an obsession with stats. Like this person has got the most like yardage or whatever, and it's like, but did he turn up on the big day? Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I'm not gonna stand here and defend the NFL to
come on,
Eddy
man,
the chump. This little chump trying to challenge my sport. Shut up! You don't know anything about real sports. You play soccer.
I think you'll find that football is a contact sport with no pads, and American football just seems like. Right, what American football looks like, this is for comedy, right, what American football looks like is two
Don't say it's for you're ruining the joke, go!
No,
Don't put a condom on, go in bare, god damn it.
Let me finish.
The vagina's wet, go Eddy, god damn it.
Right, so American football looks like two groups of really large men who just want to hug, right? They just love bodily contact with other big men. And then other guys who were like, I wanted to run the 100 meters, but I had no chance of beating Usain Bolt, so they just put me on a field and I've got to catch a ball. I mean, that's what it looks like. It looks like two gay bars having a fight over who looks more fabulous at the beginning, and then the one white dude on the pitch throws the ball to the fastest black guy, and that's it. That's football. There we go. Boom. There we go. And the kicker occasionally comes out to kick a ball that's not moving, right? And somehow they miss, like, from 40 yards. They can't get it through these massive fucking goals when the ball's, like, held still for them and they get a run-up. Do you know how many soccer players would be embarrassed not to hit that every time? It's retarded. Come on, soccer. Come on. What you got? Come on.
A bunch of fairies, galloping gazelle, just prancing around the field, bootering this little ball. Contact? Did you say there's contact?
Yeah.
Maybe you could say rugby has contact, which it does.
But
sport. Football is the most specialized sport. American football is the most specialized sport there ever is. Because this is the argument that I get in with you Euro mindless leftist socialist losers who don't understand the American dream and the fight that goes down every single day on the field of a National Football League game that I'm going to go see on Sunday. It's the most specialized sport there is. So yeah, we got the big old sumo wrestlers, but no other sport can be compared to it. So there's people who can jump as high as the people in the NBA, and there's people who can throw a ball that's harder to do than throwing a pitch in baseball. It's the most diverse, specialized, and in my opinion, strategic, because it's a stop-and-go sport. I understand, you don't run the whole time. Well, no fucking shit. It's like comparing Search and Destroy to TDM or something. Like, obviously, it's different flows, but one, it makes, there's no sport that can compare in the strategy and the individual battles in football. Like, soccer and basketball to me are like the same thing. It's just everybody's a skill position and there's no dynamics to the game. Whereas football has tons of little things going on all the time to appreciate, and it's the best sport in the world. So,
right, okay, I'll just ask you one very quick question. Have you ever cried watching a game of American football because of how beautiful a play was?
I can't put you on the main. What the fuck's going on? All right. Have you ever cried, dude? Listen.
Have you ever just seen something that was so beautiful that you just stop? You just go, and just
soccer has those plays once a game. Football has those plays every.
It might have one once a year. But something truly soul-stopping will happen. Someone will, or a bunch of people will do something so improbable and so, it's like jazz, so improvisational, it's beautiful. And it's not always like that. There's drudgery and fucking diving and, it's not really contact sport. People fall over. I believe it's called flopping in basketball. There's loads of diving or flopping or whatever. And there's loads of, people trying to con the referee. But every once in a while, there's a moment that will just stop you and just be like, hope. And the great thing about it is it transcends allegiance, right? In soccer games, it's quite normal if something truly beautiful happens for both sets of fans to applaud it, because that's why they're there. Aside from all the tribalism, aside from everything else, at every football game is 80,000 people who used to play this sport all over the world in their local park when they were kids. And they go there to watch people do something incredible that they used to try and do as children. And that's why football's the best sport in the world. Because billions of people play it. Billions. And do you know all you need to play it? A fucking ball. That's it. Oh, and 2 posts, technically. 2 things that could be posts. And that's it. That's all you need. It's the most simple game in the world. Put the ball in that goal.
Okay.
You're like,
if you feel Gay! If you feel that simplicity is the selling point of your game, that's representing your people, because all the poor people in the millions of the third world countries can afford to play soccer and can't afford football pads. Whoop-de-fucking-do! We go to those countries and take all the good athletes and bring them to America and play our sport. So
yeah, and then call it a World Series. You do know that the British have...
we don't know.
The
That's
British
baseball,
have invented
dude. That's
every
baseball.
good sport. You know that, right? You know that
What?
the British have invented virtually every good sport.
They had the time to. They were ruling the world for like 400 years. Of course
It was
they
actually
did.
a very narrow period of time. It was about 80 years. And technically ruling the world, no, you can't. Unless you're like sitting on a giant throne made from the skeletons of your defeated rivals, and you call yourself, I am the Lord Emperor, you're not.
Look at this
ruling the world.
apologist. Okay.
You're not ruling the world. No, I'm not an apologist at all. Like, Britain did horrible things, but like, we didn't rule the world. We were just incredibly powerful. And
the sun never sits on the British Empire. That's all I know.
Now it's just a little chump nation.
For 80 years, I guess, according to Eddy.
It's something like that. I don't know. Vague. I'm vague. See, I'm good on sound bites. Not so good with facts.
hardHEADtimes. Now listen, I was just gonna let this die, but one of my Twitter followers, you bastard, American Alucard, you know who you are, sending this shit to Shokyo and Broken Games and hardHEADtimes. Got this shit all in my feelings now. Now I care about this. And basically what hardHEADtimes and Shokyo said, typical white guy. Of course he doesn't get it. This is what you guys are failing to realize. You three black, fairly successful gaming commentators who mostly just regurgitate news, you're being racist. The same sort of closet racist or, a subconscious racist shit that you think the entirety of YouTube is doing to you when they say, I don't really like this guy. The same kind of shit that you're talking about, it works the same way when you look at white commentators who are so-called don't have any entertainment value, or blah, 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 they're too mainstream, or blah, 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 blah. Hating on average, nice guy white dudes is the same thing as a white viewer not wanting to hear about pussies bleeding and X-fags and game fags and Sony fags and all sorts of other sort of ghetto shit you're tossing up. I watch your videos, okay? I watch hardHEAD, I watch Broken Games, and I tried to watch Shokyo, but it bored me to death, so I unsubscribed. But and it's not reverse racism either. A lot of people try to pull that shit. Oh, reverse racism, being racist to white people. It goes both ways, okay? Judging people based on their skin color, where they come from, the whole package, judging a book on its cover, is exactly what you don't want people to do to you, but yet you think these other commentators, who are white and mainstream just because they're white, You think it's unfair because you were born black. They were just born that way. They're not trying to do anything. Now, if they're a fake motherfucker and they're like overselling it, super excited, da da da, that shit, you can make fun of them for that. But still, you know what the mainstream is. So here's the second part of this. 2 parts. There's the racism goes both ways thing, and now there's this. Gaming is for white nerds. For the most part. Why? Because it goes all the way back to Dungeons and Dragons, right? It goes from Dungeons and Dragons to Nintendo to what we have now, alright? In that order. The majority of the people who had a safe haven in gaming were white outcasts, nerds, losers, and geeks. These are still the majority of the people in this group. The gamers. The cool kids don't worry about games. They go out and bang hookers. Well, not hookers. They go bang sluts at the up in the club, shorty, something, something, da-da-da-da-da. And the black guys were the cool guys. Have always been the cool guys. So what's your problem? You want to come into the gaming space and argue that there's not enough famous black commentators. Oh, you said like 5, but there's way more white ones. So clearly racism. So clearly race is a factor. So clearly... And this is a conversation I had on Twitter with American Alucard, you bastard. Getting me hyped in this conversation. You know how I like to fucking argue about shit. Drawing this shit out. Putting the final word on this. When do white people have the right to complain that they're not as prominent in the rap community? I'll wait. Do the fucking little joke you guys say. I'll wait. Oh, that's our shit. It's our culture. Well, guess what? Gaming nerd culture was for these losers that you make fun of all the time for countless years. So now you think you're just going to step in, hey, what up? I'm G. And everybody's supposed to love you. You're lucky you have the followers you have. I watch your shit. I can't even take this. My voice is just starting to come back. Do you see what you're putting me through? I watch your videos, okay? I like that alternative style. But you can't complain at alternative results if you're going to harbor an alternative style. It's the same thing with my channel. If I want to do things that aren't necessarily down the mainstream path, I have to be willing to accept the results. You're going to have fans. You're going to have diehard fans. You're going to have fans, and it's like, oh, people say I should have more subs. Every channel that has subscribers, those subscribers tell them you deserve more subs. So that doesn't mean fucking shit. Your subscribers don't know anything. You don't know anything. It has nothing to do with what your subscribers say, what you think in your head. Oh, he's not as good as me. I'm good as... It's a game. It's a business. It's all moving upward. There's time in it. There's opportunistic moves you can make. If Rich makes that fucking dumbass, the sky is falling, next gen is going to be terrible kind of video, and it gets 100,000 views, well, he's going to gain, thousands of subs off that. And you could say that was bullshit for him to do, but that's the industry you're in. That's the game you're playing. And you just want to sit in the back, and here's the icing on the cake. This is what I can't stand about you now, hardHEAD, because I thought I liked you, and I probably will still like your or watch your vids. I don't like your vids because I'm not trying to shout, like I say on my podcast, on the main channel, I'm not trying to shout shit out that I can't put my stamp of approval on, right? I like to see your little antics, and I also like to hear news articles because I'm not going to read through and page through. I'm cool with you guys regurgitating the news for me. I'm cool with that. But here's the nail in your coffin, sir. Sir. You say multiple times in your podcast and your follow-up video, because he talks shit, he's like, oh, you didn't even watch the whole podcast. Well, I went back and watched every goddamn minute of it. And guess what? You just look dumber from it. Because this is the nail in your coffin. Getting lots of anticipation and suspense to this moment. You can't both say, I'm just doing the kind of videos I want to do. I'm just being me. I just want to be this ghetto or speak in this harsh of ebonics or make these abrasive jokes. That's just me. You can't both say that and then say, well, I would be bigger if... And then just sit back with your arms folded like, I tried my best. I did what I had to do. That's bitch-assness, okay? I want to say the N-word, but I don't want you guys to get mad at me. But that's bitch-idiotus, okay? Every black person I've met a lot, went to high school, 50% black, grew up as a minority, plenty of times that people have treated me in racist ways because of my skin color over my life. 13, getting on the wrong bus full of black people. They all talk shit under their breath, and I'm just listening to my headphones like, does this white boy know he's going to the black side? It goes both ways, guys. Did I get to the fucking nail in the coffin? Did I fully say that? Getting in damn tangents here. we're in the entertainment industry. If you want to decide to make alternative rock, you can't then say, oh, if I only made Justin Bieber music, I would just be huge. Be happy with the following you have. Do the best work you can do, which you admit you don't do. Because you say, quote, am I trying to improve my shit all the time? No, I ain't trying at this shit. Well, guess what? If you ain't trying, then you have nothing to complain about. Because I guess maybe there's just not enough black people trying. That's why there's not enough top 5 black... You only can name 5 famous black people. Only 5. Who fucking cares? The ones that do it are there because they try. That's why Modern War Negro said that shit to you, because Modern War Negro knows what it's like to try. You see his content, you think he just mumbles out of his mouth and tosses some gameplay on top with some news article shit for search engine optimization so you come up with Google results. You're lucky where you are, and the strategy that you take with your YouTube channel puts you in the position to grow even easier. And Modern War Negro goes on top of all you guys because he puts in that effort. And like I said in the last video, not a big fan of MWR, MWN, MWR. I'm not a huge fan of Modern War Negro. Okay, I'm not like a fanboy. But I respect his hustle and respect the work he puts in. It's the same fucking thing with Wings looking at Thunder and saying, oh, how does Thunder have all these subs? His channel's blowing up. I do the same thing. We both do low-effort videos. Funny! You don't. And effort's not the key word, really. Okay? Because quality is something that it's a very tender word. It's a word that people have to agree on and come together over time and argue and debate and think about and set rules for and expectations. And over time it changes when a new artist comes into the field and changes the game, and then there's copycats of that artist, and it builds and keeps going in different spirals. It happens in the music industry, happens in the gaming industry, happens everywhere. Like example, Commentary was the only thing to do. Trolling! Bam! Into the fucking sphere, trees off all the way into the ether sphere, and there's all these trolling channels. Now, trolling is this arm, and it's getting bigger than the commentary side. Commentary side just dwindling away, and the trolling side's dominant, right? It's a growth off there. But then you have a guy like Thunder that's keeping the shit alive. You guys are in the news regurgitation business, which it's a backhanded thing to say, but you know. You're a middleman, but be the best middleman you can be, or else stop complaining that you're not that there's some glass ceiling that these white nerds won't accept you into. Because guess what? Gamers, as evil and shitty as they are, they're the most accepting group of anybody because they are the outcasts and the losers. And guess what? You're a loser too. So stop making fun of them all the time. But you can make fun of them, fuck it. Make fun of them. But just know that you're in that group too.
Watch it peel back.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is FREEDO, also known as the self-proclaimed motherfucking king of League play. Haven't been posting as much as I would like to, but we're not here to make excuses. We're here to make content. So, the first thing I need to get out of the way, an awesome guy named Smash made my avatar, okay? And that's where the positivity of this conversation kind of ends. You see, Smash was bashing pro players, and I made a mistake that I need to apologize for. My mistake is not realizing when someone doesn't want to argue, but instead just wants to defend themselves. What I mean by that is, Smash said that pros suck, they can't even pull good KDRs, he said a bunch of things that are absolutely ridiculous and hilarious to anybody who's actually ever played competitive at any level, whether it's league play, pickups, actually going to events. He said a lot of ignorant shit. and I was calling him out on it. He thinks I was trying to say he was trash at the game, but really all I was saying was, you've barely played League play, yet you're criticizing the best players of the game without even really understanding the fundamentals of the game. Because someone who says they don't pull good KDRs in pubs doesn't understand that League play and competitive is about making plays in big situations. It's not, and fitting on a team and filling a role. And KD is great. You would love to have a 3 KD when playing League or playing against pros or whatever, but it doesn't work out that way. It's more of a sport. And he says other crazy things like pubs are the same thing. The game modes doesn't make it harder. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. The rule set is fixed in such a way where it's more competitive. It's like comparing the NCAA to the NFL. Right? What happens in the NCAA? You have blowout games. This college team blew out this other college team 80-0 or 100-100 or some ridiculous score. That kind of shit doesn't happen in the NFL because it's built in such a way that competitiveness is raised. There's different rules, and like for instance, you can't catch the ball with one leg in. You need two, things like that, or feet, whatever. You know what I meant. There's rule sets that are engaged to make the game as competitive as possible, and really, just, it's a boneheaded thing to say. And my apology isn't that I want to take back things I said, because I agree with everything I said, and I think it's hilarious the things he said, but it was clear that I was prodding a bull. Like, you mess with the bull, you get the horns, and he seems to be very tied to his Call of Duty skill and doesn't want it challenged in any way. Doesn't want someone to ask or say, you're not good, which I wasn't saying. I was just saying prove it. Get in Masters. Oh, I haven't done that. I don't have teammates. M8's in MSMC's camp. And if you just grind for it, it's a waste of time. It takes like 10 games. I'm sure you play like 100 games of pubs in TDM, slaying everybody, yet you don't want to put in the work to learn a harder, more competitive game. It's pathetic. The whole conversation and the fact that I let it go that long to the point where he blocked me, which I didn't even realize because it seemed to be a civil conversation, and then it somehow progressed into him saying I'm shit and I'm terrible, I'm not even that good, and blah 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 blah, which I don't really care about. That's the funny thing. It's like, okay, like why are you even? I'm not calling you shit. Why are you calling me shit? This is like a 12-year-old conversation, which is hilarious because he brings up the fact that he's 25 and you should trust him. Like, trust me, bro, I'm not 12, I'm 25. I know I could walk in with 3 good players and dominate MLG. Yeah, of course you could, but whatever you say. You don't even understand, like, capture the flag routes. Like, you don't know bar 1 of the importance of the depth of the game, and yet you think you can just, whatever. Anyway, the other point I want to make is those of you who watch the podcast all the way through, which if you haven't, go back and watch the end of it, the past like 30 minutes or so. Me and Eddy have a very classic LagCompPodcast moment. I don't know if I want to upload it separately because really it takes quite a while to go back and forth, and that's the thing, guys. I love arguing, and that's what got me in trouble with Smash, is I'm looking all the time for people to argue with that can hang with me, that don't, like, essentially say dumber shit the more mad they get. Someone like Eddy who actually challenges me intellectually, which is what I look for. What's what I look for in a man? But Eddy's on this shit that critics aren't as useful or good or talented as the people that they're critiquing, which is partially true. And he made a video that I'll link in the description as well. Also, Smash's link will be in the description. I do appreciate the hours he spent on my avatar. I'm cool with him, bro. He's just mad at me because I challenged his COD skill, but whatever. Link in the description will be Smash's Twitter and also Eddy's video that I'm responding to, and be sure to check out the LagCompPodcast. But also, this is a comment I left on Eddy's video regarding criticism. Example, my new avatar was made by Smash. We spent hours going back and forth perfecting it. I myself have almost zero artistic ability when it comes to physical space. I cannot draw, and I really struggle with Photoshop or any type of imaging. Now, clearly, he was capable of creating it. He did, obviously, but stick with me. But it would be hard to say that it would have been as good without my critical eye for detail. In fact, I know it wouldn't be as good, because his first draft was miles behind this. It is because as an artist, you must be able to be your own critic. However, oftentimes, a separate critic is far better at evaluating your work than yourself, and perhaps a far better critic than the artist could be. This is a vice versa thing. A world without critics and only artists is a world without standards, a giant pot smoke-filled room, a teenage wasteland, an existence free of competition, one giant artistic circle jerk desperately in need of a critical eye to differentiate the dross from the wonderful. I can be that man! Criticism raises the bar for excellence and forces improvement and competitive innovation. We are the coaches, the political policymakers, the scholars, the teachers, the tutors, a people who know their own work isn't bad, but would rather celebrate and aid those who are actually talented at their craft. Am I making the world a better place by attempting my own avatar and it looking like shit, or using my talents to make Smash's work better? Of course, it's rather convenient that a professional critic doesn't put his own work on a pedestal and laugh, but that is equalized with the removal of fame, as critics are people behind the scenes, masters of the inner working bells and whistles of art, and instead of adding their own mediocrity to the canon, they instead push forward those who are exceptional to places they arguably wouldn't reach without being challenged. Furthermore, who said critics can't or don't make art? Likely their criticism is just more famous than their work. You assume that they don't create as well. And you know what happens when you assume? You make an ass out of you and me. And that's the lesson of the day, children. Don't assume shit, or you end up looking stupid. That's pretty much, find things out. Ask questions. Don't give answers when you have no experience to do so. My name is FREEDO. I don't do outros. Hey guys, I watched this short film called Plan C, and it totally blew my mind. Check out this clip.
I'm so happy.
Me too. Hey, what do you think our name should be?
Ooh, I want to be a Jared, or a Kyle, or maybe an Adolf.
Ooh.
What about you?
Me? I like Quasar.
Quasar? Are you a gay Brooklyn DJ? That's the dumbest name I've ever heard.
As you can see, it's about two unborn babies and the adventures they go on prior to being born. Click here, or in my description, to check out the entire short. Thanks.
Watch it peel back.
Hey guys, it's Andy, or xFREEEDO, and I'm here to... Dude, what the fuck are you doing? Get the hell off my computer! But, no, you soft-ass bitch! What are you doing? This is my shit! Bitch! Fuck. God, man, the little gremlins. You just can't get rid of them. They just keep coming out of the woodwork, speaking their nonsense. This universe isn't big enough for the two of us. Let's do a proper intro now. What's going on, guys? My name is FREEDO. Also, this is Uppercut Motherfucking King of Pop. King of Pop. I'm the King of Blops. Blops Deuce, that is. Bringing you some pub stompy Black Ops 2 TDM gameplay. I've been getting some beefs lately, guys. I don't know what it is. It's like you grow a couple thousand subs, and each time I have, people just come out of the woodwork and want to start arguments and complain, and I don't understand. I'm getting more beefs than I can even keep up with. It annoys the hell out of me, these talentless crybaby commentators. They gotta be eradicated from the internet. And you know what? I think I'm gonna do that right now. I don't know how to make videos like that. I don't know what gameplays to use. Let me know when it occurs to you when I'm ripping any one of these vids that versus you. It's curtains. I'm inadvertently hurting you. How many vids I gotta murder too? Prove to you if you were half as nice your vids you can sacrifice virgins to! What the hell just happened? Hey, I'm really sorry about that, guys. I know quite a few of you voiced your concerns on the KSG God video. FREEDO, never rap again. Because clearly, the key to success is once you try something and don't hit a home run on your first try, you should give up immediately. And, I almost listened to you guys. I know that's gotta be the key to success. But I had to let that out, man. I promise, I'll never rap again until a few minutes from now. It's just too much fun for me to talk shit, guys. And I can write rhymes. I'm getting my flow a little better. okay? When I start doing stand-up, you think I'm gonna do good on the first try? No, I'm gonna fucking suck. That's why I haven't started yet. That's why I'm focusing on writing first and improving my flow on the internet, because I know I'm gonna suck. Okay, but you gotta force yourself through that shitty content, as any artist needs to do.
Shut the fuck up! FREEDO's a fucking faggot.
Haters still get mad at me, man. It's like it's my fault that their generic ass channels get less views than the WNBA. Oh man. If you commentate like you fuck, you must be shit out of luck. You couldn't bust a nut if you snuck up on a skunk. Alright, no, for real this time. Listen. What's the difference between me and you? Well, to start off, one of us has our balls left. Hey, you sit in the back of the class spouting off the mouth. Gay. You're about as entertained as watching paint dry. I'd rather hop over to Chatterbait and masturbate to iFly. Hop in a plane crash, body found dead in the aftermath. Your shit is trash. Captain Paul grabbed the gat. Now show him where it's at.
What the fuck you staring at?
Alright, yeah, I know you guys don't want me to rap anymore, but guess what? I'm gonna do it again in about 30 seconds. This next one goes out to Beastradamus, who over Twitter, you gotta follow me on Twitter to see these goddamn beefs I'm getting in. I don't have time to explain it to you, but a long story short, he sends me a video one day as if we're gonna be cool and or I'm gonna promote him, and then the next day he gets butthurt from some extremely lightweight joshing. I say, cool story, bro, and he gets mad at me like, oh, I didn't know you were such a dick. Yeah, well, I didn't know you were such a pussy. Beastradamus, bitch, be honest. Bitchadamus, I feed your tender, sensitive ass to my pet piranhas, clowning, talking shit. Chill, you sensitive bitch. How about you suck my dick? Then I'll like your vid. Pathetic men act like women. Must be all that estrogen. You're about as fake as a copy-paste of a Mona Lisa. At least treat us with the presence of your silence. Influenza, ill, sick. I crap on this track, your crap is whack. If I could print your vids to paper, I'd use it to wipe my ass crack. Cause my try-hard panties are tight. You're right. But I'm talking to the viewer now. It'd be awesome if you hit like. Try my best over here. See, I'm not that hard to get along with, guys. It's just that I've been here for 2 years, okay? And I'm not gonna sit here and complain and say my channel should be bigger or anything like that. But honestly, I forgot I've been here 2 years. I thought it's only been 1. And then I'm doing the math and shit. I'm like, holy crap, it's been 2 years. I'm only at 10K. I fucking suck. But, but the point is, I don't exist to make your YouTube channel better. Okay? Get that through your head. I'm cool with people wanting a community aspect or whatever, or saying what's up, but I don't owe you anything, especially if I don't know you. What the fuck is this, by the way? See that C4? Jesus Christ, like I didn't rage quit out of this game, dropping a 40 plus. And I get dome shot right there, but the game's coming to a close, ladies and gentlemen. I'm exhausted, man. All this shit talk really takes a lot of energy out of you. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit like on your way out. My name is FREEDO. I don't do outros.
That doesn't cover up any of the mistakes that they made, you know, in making fucking some of the maps the size of the continental United States. Like, it was funny, like, sometimes, like, the only time that I really rant on Twitter is when I play COD, and I was playing the other day, and I was just like, TDM on Siege, like, what the fuck is that? Like, like, that's the worst experience I've ever had in a Call of Duty game. I was like, this is fast-paced action. I've seen 9 people in 12 minutes. Oh. And 3 of them were waiting for me in a corner. Oh, this is fun. Like, what the fuck were they thinking? Like, did they just... it's so fucking frustrating because I'm what I would consider, like, averagely intelligent. But I can point out to these people exactly what's wrong with the game and go, you could make this game more enjoyable if you made these changes. And for the life of me, I cannot understand who they've got working for them. Let's just remember that these are the people that thought Dead Man's Hand was a good idea. These are the people we're dealing with. They're not allowed, you know, like, hard edges. They have to write their ideas down on circles of paper. Right? They're not
circular rooms, a lot of padding.
Yeah, they're not allowed scissors. You know, they're just
Crayons.
They're not the kind of people that, like, they're not even allowed a whiteboard. You know, they just throw paint at
The
a
markers
wall.
will fuck them up.
Yeah, you know, like our Harry Potter, where they try and like they look at the tea leaves and they try and disseminate the future from the meaning of the tea leaves. I reckon what happens in Infinity Ward Studio is they just let people throw shit at a wall and then they try and read how they should balance the game from the shit marks on the wall, because that's about as constructive as their design decisions, I think. Anyway, aside from that, Treyarch, I think, are more ambitious. I think they want to get out of the Call of Duty shadow, out of Infinity Ward shadow, and I think we could see a new IP. And I think the reason why we haven't heard anything from Big Dave, either on Twitter or anything like that, is because it's a secret, and they don't want to let it out before it's gonna. You remember the lightning strike when Black Ops 2 first came out? You put those dots down, those guys were dead. There was no way they were getting away from that.
It was so impactful. People did complain, but I gotta say it was kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was like bam. Like the shit happened. Yeah. Ghosts, learn from other fun games, for Christ's sake. Make shit happen. However you gotta do it. Whether it's Battlefield fucking jets flying out of nowhere exploding, the other old CODs where kill streaks made things explode. What don't you understand? Yeah. Goddamn. If you defend Ghosts, I don't know how. Like, you must love. You must need like a sleep aid or something to defend Ghosts. I don't understand.
But you know, I've been burned once too many times, FREEDO.
Watch it peel back.
So after countless prodding, questioning, commenting, I finally respond to my viewers who ask me to try out the goddamn shotguns. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is FREEDO. Also, this is Top Broken Motherfucking King of the Battlefield 4 shotguns, taking out everybody. That little streak was insane. Let's just be honest right here. So, I gotta say, man, I'm not too fan of a lot of the other shotguns. I always want to use a pump action, no matter what, whether it's a slug or a buck. I don't want to use a semi-auto. It just seems cheesy in all aspects, and it's not the flavor of the game I ever want to play in a military game. So that's what I'm gonna look for. Same thing when I unlock the Magnum, which you guys told me in my last Battlefield commentary that the Magnum's not good. Say it ain't so! Oh god. What else could Battlefield 4 fuck up? Speaking of Battlefield 4 fuck-ups, the inconsistency of these shotguns seems to be as inconsistent as the servers. Come on, FREEDO, get your goddamn jokes out. This sniper guy turns on me like, man, I tagged him in his butthole so many times. I guess you have to ADS this weapon from medium range, no matter what. Because when I ADS it seems rather consistent, but when I don't, it... the spread goes absolutely everywhere. I don't think it actually shoots in the spread of the circle. I think that's just an indicator. I think it actually goes wider than that, if I had to guess. But I'll just I have to do some research on that. But getting low in the spawn, all these guys over me. God, just wipe out everybody, get shot in the back. But this guy had 3 health. God damn it, that streak could have been even more epic. But it seems to me that the shotguns got a slight nerf from Battlefield 3, which I'm sure hardcore Battlefield guys might not like that and say something about realism and yada yada yada. But honestly, playing Battlefield 3, it was incredibly annoying to play against shotgun guys, especially in any type of close quarters map or game type, especially TDM. You play TDM Nashir Canals, just there's people using shotguns everywhere, and you can use it at all ranges on that map. Now, for Conquest gameplay, shotguns, even when they're that strong, aren't that great. But for me, who wants, like, honestly, I like playing a lot of TDM. I know that's not the best way to play the game, but so I gotta be biased and say I almost took out this ump guy. This guy gave me the hump from range. He had 15 health left, almost dominated him. I gotta be a little selfish and say I'd rather have them be balanced this way, but that's more my problem for not really playing the game in its traditional setting. It's just, in TDM, I kind of like it because your teammates are there, but you can kind of just go on and do your own thing. A lot of people say TDM is a camp fest, but really, It's not for me because I just rush around and kill people, so I don't know. I don't really mind if people are camping so much because usually I know where they are. It's just really, it's managing these choke points, and that works. I believe we'll get to a clip here in a second when I move up this hallway. That hallway right in front of me, it's like the hallway of death. Like, it's so easy to get pinned down there, and you're on one side or the other. It's just a big choke point, and that's why you don't really want to play this map with 64 players, especially if a team starts to just set up and wait. I actually can link you to a video I set on my second channel where it was like Operation Explosions on Operation Locker here. So you get in this little choke point, and there's nowhere to go. Like, there's no way I'm making it on this hallway. Speaking of Operation Explosions, this is the exact strategy that they were using on me in that video. I'm gonna link that, man. Check it out. It's on the second channel. But the whole team was doing that, just hitting the grenade launchers around the corners, and you literally can't get out or go anywhere. It fucking sucks. So here's take 2 of me going down this hallway, and I changed my mind a little bit here, so grab a little ammo pack, run through the flank way, get into close quarters where I want to get, unlock a hollow sight, but that really doesn't mean anything, does it? Hit that guy, and they're still spraying down this hallway. I'm looking for my money kills right there. I want them to come up the hallway, but no. They decide not to. They're going to camp there in the back and just get the easy kills back there in the hallway. Go into, what is this, a hospital room? Taking out everybody. I need a doctor. Last man in the squad moving up. I know they're all camping back here. Get behind them and flank them. This is how you use TDM maps, baby. Like, you could say TDM is about camping, but if you're good at maneuvering maps, it's a lot of fun because it's about breaking campers. And a shotgun's kind of the type of weapon you could do that at close range, but they definitely nerfed the shotguns down, and I don't really care, honestly, because I'm biased. I want to use the assault rifles mostly, but this was a ton of fun. I don't know if I can handle the slugs in this game, though, because let me know what's the best slug shotgun, because this one doesn't seem to handle them very well. I'd much rather have the buck. My name is FREEDO. I don't do outro.
Watch it peel back.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? My name is FREEDO, also known as the Superbowl with the fucking king of Black Ops 2 KSG, my favorite weapon in the Call of Duty franchise. Black Ops 2 KSG 6 slug shotgun skill-based weapon. Have yet to get a nuclear with it, though, and honestly, that's part me not even liking going for nuclears at all. Really, this whole, like, large kill streak thing is more of a Call of Duty mentality. It doesn't really translate to other games, and hey, how's it going? Death from above! And really, I'm more the old school COD style where I just want to get up to, let's say, oh, run away from that light machine gun camper bitch. Don't even fuck with that shit. More the old school COD mentality where you get 7 kills and that's it. Like, it's about rushing around. It's not about getting high kill streaks, even though, you know, a lot of MOB mentators might want to tell you otherwise, but, you know, whatever. They're entitled to their opinion, even if it's wrong. I love that phrase. I think I made that up. But, boing! Jump over this guy real quick. A lot of you guys have been asking me to talk about Titanfall. I did on my second channel make a vlog, but I'll be expanding on that here. I'll link that in the description as well. I like the second channel because it lets me put out stuff quickly with lower effort and not have to worry about making the best quality stuff possible. And Titanfall, how do I feel about this? How hard are my nipples for Titanfall? Hold on, let me check. Yeah, pretty damn hard. So Titanfall, some of us believe it's the second coming of Christ, the God FPS, if you will, part of the holy trinity of games created by Infinity Ward. Let's say Call of Duty 4 was the Father, MW2 was the Son, and Infinity Ward is the Holy Spirit. Respawn. I don't fucking know where I'm going with this. Let me get off that before you religious nuts start a huge argument in the comments. What I've seen, I like. That's all you got to know. And I haven't played it. If I did, I'd be on an NDA and wouldn't be able to tell you about it. But I don't have an Xbox One, so I don't have the early access. Look at this target finder bitch. By the way, he's still there, camping all game, worm squirm style. Get your head blown off, son. What do you think this is? KSG monster over here in the house. Red dot headshots to your brain. Oh my god. And this fucking little SVU noob. Check out the SVU noob cam. He can't hit a goddamn thing. It's pretty funny, but This Titanfall, it is what it is. Like, people are saying it's COD with mechs. I don't see why that's such a terrible thing to say. You know? Oh, it's COD with mech. Everybody loved COD when it first got popular. Everybody. No, there was hardly anybody that was saying, oh, that's not fun. That's not what gaming should be. That's not where gaming should go. It's now, retroactively, after they milked out the franchise, that we're like, COD's bad. But if they go back to COD fundamentals and add extra things to help things out, it could be great. So, a few arguments I said on the second channel, and I want to clear them up here. As of right now, everybody gets a Titan, no matter what. So it's got that Battlefield aspect where armor is going to be on the map and you have to deal with it. You get the ability to make a Titanfall every 2 minutes. Getting player kills makes that come faster. I think it shaves like 15 seconds off the time. And FREEDO, you goddamn idiot, you got the red spicy Dorito chips up in the air and you run into the spawn, don't even check both ways before you cross the street. This is why you can't get a nuclear, you fucking suck. But on top of that, they're also adding the skill aspect of jumping mechanics, double jumping and wall running, and the whole parkour thing, which is going to add an element of movement that we don't see in Call of Duty. It'll add verticality that you don't have to worry about in Call of Duty. Oh, you got to look up at a window. Oh my god. No, but now you're going to have players zooming and Halo jumping. No, it's fucking Titanfall jumping. It's going to be double jumping, gliding across the map, flying over you, that you're going to be, it's going to be harder to aim, especially with a thumbstick. But to balance out the fact that they're going to have that skill aspect to it, they also have AI on the map on both sides, and each level is a mission, kind of like it was in Brink, where you have an objective. Great spawn, by the way. You have an objective that you have to take out or do whatever with, and both teams have AI to popcorn through. You can easily just take these guys out. They're not intended to really get in your way. It makes bad what are they feeling on? It makes bad players feel better, and it shouldn't be obstructive to good players. Don't think of these as individual players. God, this is the end of the goddamn video. Nobody's going to watch it this far. They're not replacement for players. It's not Gears of War bots. It's not bots in CSGO. It's nothing like that whatsoever. It's creeps, like from League of Legends and Dota 2. If you don't know anything about those games, I can't explain it to you in the time I have allowed, but the point is, they're not replacement for players. Think of them as exploding barrels. They're part of the map, part of the environment, and you just run through them easy peasy. The game looks great as far as I'm concerned. My name is FREEDO. I don't do outros.
Watch it peel back.
Even after 4 years of college, 2 years on YouTube, and soon to be 24 years of life on Earth, I struggle with procrastination. For those of you only partially paying attention, allow me to clarify. I said procrastination, not masturbation. Get your head out of the gutter and get your hand out of your pants. Actually, on second thought, I've learned that many of you like to stimulate yourselves while watching my videos, so hey, who am I to judge? Just make sure you take enough time away from sticking your thumb up your ass and buffing your pipe to hit that like button for me, bud. Moving on. At the stage that I'm at in life, at this moment I have no expectations of me. I live a fairly shitty existence as far as America is concerned, but a comfy one compared to those who struggle to find clean water to drink, which is a reality for literally a large chunk of the world. Something we all should try to remember before we open our mouths to complain about nothing. I'm looking at you children who send death threats to developers who nerf your aim assist scopes. Yeah, you kids deserve a serious passionate ass kicking. But anyways, back to expectations. When you're the CEO of a company, or a father, or self-employed, you're on the hook to provide, to work. You seriously don't have time to waste pondering about action, because inaction causes people to lose jobs, causes dollars not to be made, causes your children to go without. Yet I feel I'm completely devoid of these hooks that force you in a direction. I'm grateful for the freedom I do have, but at the same time, I hate this nowhere state I'm in. It's kind of like being a really small YouTuber. You don't have any fans to piss off, so you literally can post whatever you want. But as soon as you start to get some, then you have expectations, and the more you have, the more expectations you have. And if you do it full time, then you have the highest expectations because you have to do what works. My point is, I enjoy doing YouTube a lot. I've done it for 2 years now, and I've done it competently for maybe about 4 months, which is completely pathetic as far as I'm concerned. It's one thing to look into the mirror naked and hate who you are, but it's completely worse if you have to stop and think and realize you hate your own decision making. That's just dumb. How can I have the mental capacity to look inward and know where my problems are and know how to fix them, yet waste time thinking about it more than actually fixing it? It's pathetic. It's like being a psychiatrist with depression. It's like being a dentist that doesn't brush his teeth. It's like being a politician that doesn't make decisions. Well, actually, that's fairly accurate considering the times we're in, but anyway, I attribute part of this to my worst personality trait. Critics would probably say it's my pretentious asshole nature. Nah, actually, I like that part of myself. What I hate is my form of procrastination. I hate to be bad at things when I attempt to be good at them. It's such an ugly, selfish, weak thing. I'd much rather barely try and fail rather than try my best and come short of perfection. I hate this about myself. Even in college, I'd value the least amount of effort which would pass rather than putting in the max effort and having a chance to fail, or rather, my efforts not feel actualized fully. It's fucking terrible. Luckily, I've somewhat overcome this with YouTube, but it's still an easy path because I enjoy spending a lot of time making YouTube videos. I made some New Year's resolutions recently, but really what I need to do is to go past those acts and instead fix my brain, reset my own priorities so I'm not comfortable and I feel I need to push. Do I like living in the ghetto? Do I like having the bare minimum to survive in this country? Do I like not achieving my potential? Maybe my problem is thinking too positively. I always think about the starving children in other countries. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should feel I'm on the hook. I should feel like there's a tiger in my backyard that I have to overcome to even get a chance to drink water or I'll die. I told you guys a few months ago that my lifelong dream was to become a comic. Why haven't I tried open mic? Because I'm afraid of failure. Especially when I know it's required to improve. Especially when I put my heart into something just to find I'm not good at it yet. It's stupid. I easily can do things I don't care about, but when it's a life goal, it frightens me to death. Maybe it's because I might find out I can't handle it. Well, this video is kind of an open letter to myself. This is me looking in the mirror at my disgusting fat ass and saying, "Change, you stupid fuck!" I promise myself that I will take a significant effort to fail, to do the hard things and be terrible so I can eventually be good. That's all. My name is FREEDO, and I don't do outros.
Watch it peel back.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is FREEDO, also known as the self-proclaimed motherfucking king of YouTube partnerships. You know, I always see videos by commentators complaining about their partnerships, going on and on, how the man screwed them, how bad they were used and abused, with no power to negotiate, like a 12-year-old on Michael Jackson's bed, with a clear view of Netherland theme park outside the window, a glistening glass of Jesus juice in one of those ironically cute little tippy-sippy cups, with a big screen TV and a private match playing Call of Duty, quickscope, no-scopes, the entire Optic Team phase and a list of other quickscoper tryhard idols whom I honestly don't know the name of, in the lobby with them. The kid is going crazy, and we know where this all ends up. Somebody gets fucked. And it's pretty pathetic that YouTubers feel that they were dragged along and in this position where they can't negotiate. See, children have no defense to this kind of thing. And it seems like YouTubers are as equally clueless when it comes to business. It's laughable. I get the impression that most YouTubers are about as efficient at negotiating terms of a contract as they are at pleasuring a woman. Meaning they're probably genetically predisposed to being terrible at it, and also have yet to even come close to attempting it before. So really, I don't blame them. Call it childish naivete. I think I pronounced that right. Have I gotten the pretentious douchebag vibe off yet? I'm really trying to make that a every video kind of thing. I can't blame them. They have no idea what they're doing. However, it's still pretty funny. And though I find it much more useful to point and laugh at ignorance rather than attempt to clean up other people's shit, this one time, let me take a moment to explain the truth about YouTube partnerships. It's a business! A MCM or multi-channel network, aka your machinimas, your full screens, your maker studios, your game stations, they operate to make a thing called money that, just like every other business of handling talent in the real entertainment industry, it takes some wherewithal to be able to read legal writing and understand whether or not you're getting the deal you actually want. That's why actors have agents. And guess what? If your little dollar menu earnings off YouTube don't afford you an agent, there's literally no benefit for an MCN to take you on. Unless they kind of give you a shitty contract and it becomes profitable for them. Really, you're a waste of time, okay? Your little shitty bullshit channel means nothing to nobody. And even if you get a shitty deal, it's because they think you're a piece of shit. And they want to abuse you and suck money from you for no reason. They don't think you're going anywhere. They don't think you have any talent, so they don't care about you. And you can cry about it all you want, but that's what they think. And if you have a problem with that, you're free to not sign. The funny thing is, about 3 years ago, or maybe a little bit more, having a contract was a big deal. It was coveted. It meant something, like a badge of honor. It was almost as respectable as having a 4KD in TDM. Inside joke. But then Yoush happened, and every single 2-bit commentator who owned a mic and a few hundred subscribers could get partnered. From the business side, this essentially created a bubble. It incentivized more talentless, uninspired copy-paste hacks to join in on the gold rush in hopes of getting paid for an art form they don't respect or have any chance of progressing, and in some ways it destroyed the community, but it also destroyed the legitimacy and the prestige that was building around this content. God, it's a mindfuck, I know. So long story short, the shitty contracts are something that evolved over time. But furthermore, if you're joining a network thinking they do things for you, you need a reality check. They give some sort of protection for gaming content and stuff, which is unclear exactly at this point due to the new YouTube changes with the Nazi copyright system. But they do not grow your YouTube channel. They do not hook you up with other YouTubers. When I joined Fullscreen, the Mark and Jay had just joined Fullscreen. Did they somehow hook us up on a play date, come over to the Fullscreen headquarters lounge, bake us cookies, and order a pizza, and have a long night playing Mario Party and giggling until we fell asleep? No, none of that happened. And even if I kind of wished it would have happened, I signed on and knew it wasn't true. Everything you get is in the contract. All this other shit that you think they're gonna give you, if it's not in the contract, you have nothing to complain about. Essentially, my advice to you is wait. A year ago, I got partnered with 2,000 subs. Now a year later, I'm approaching 11K and I just re-signed. Or I should say, I took my talents to Fullscreen. I like Fullscreen. And if you have about a 1K channel and want to sign up, feel free to tweet me. I'll hook you up with the information you need to know. And I actually get a bonus for signing people on, and I see it as a win-win because I like Fullscreen. If I didn't, I wouldn't stay with them. I would go somewhere else. But otherwise, you all need to stop worrying about maximizing your milk money. Instead of worrying about how contracts work, how about instead you actually focus on making great content, which then draws a following, in turn gives you those good deals. YouTube isn't easy. It's a job. And despite what the experts in the comment section try to tell you, for most people, it's just a hobby. Or, allow me to rephrase that in FREEDO terms. For most people, it's a waste of fucking time. Please just quit. Because there's only so much bandwidth to go around, and you're doing a disservice to the rest of us by sucking it up with your trash. But, follow your dreams, dude. But, yeah. My name is FREEDO. I don't do outros.
Watch it peel back.
It takes a lot to excite me. I've been let down in the past. Especially when it comes to toys. Gizmos, gadgets, games. Maybe it was because for years, I spent all year long trying my best to be good so I could get on Santa's nice list. But year after year, he would disappoint me. I'd wake up on Christmas morning expecting a sea of presents waiting for me under the Christmas tree. Yet year after year, Santa, that fucking asshole, let me down. This is why I don't get excited for things. It only leads to disappointment. It's so unfair being Jewish. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Gather round, for I have news to tell. Hear ye, hear ye. Titanfall will have a beta on PC and Xbone. Obviously, I don't have an Xbone. I'm only really excited about the PC beta, which is great news considering the alpha was not on PC. But how do you Xbone heads feel? Do you have a big Xboner to play on a decent game that isn't Battlefield? Oh, man. The next gen consoles don't got no games. You can guarantee that Titanfall open beta is going to be slamming. 50,000 people are going to be on that motherfucker at a time, I'm telling you. You know, honestly, it's an interesting state of the industry that you can go from alpha to beta in 1 month and then from beta to launch in the next month. Something seems a bit odd here. It seems it's all happening too fast. I don't think we're giving stuff long enough to cook. It's like a Hot Pocket. You can go from unwrapping it to microwave to done in like 5 minutes. You do realize that cooking used to take hours, right? Goddamn, society is advanced. But the real question is, will this development cycle give us a Hot Pocket product? Will we get shitty processed fake meat wrapped in a crispy pig scrotum that they pretend is bread? Pig scrotum. Oh. Let's be honest, nobody really is trusting EA right now. We're all suffering from battered gamer syndrome. We're hopelessly devoted to these games, but the publishers seemingly come home randomly and start drinking too much. What? Meatloaf again? Bitch! We need counseling. Such an abusive relationship. But on the other hand, you got Vince Zampella, Call of Duty innovator, Jesus Christ Reborn. I find it funny that the same people that complain about Call of Duty now have the nerve to be excited about a game made by the guy who unleashed such a demon spawn onto the gaming marketplace so many years ago that you complain about now. It's fucking hypocritical shit. This guy was like a friend who randomly drops by. Hey there, buddy, you wouldn't mind watching my dog for a couple years while I flee the country dodging taxes? Oh, what a pal. Bye-bye now. And in the meantime, he leaves this ugly, growling, snarling pit bull in the hands of incompetent owners, and the fucking mutt shits, pisses, and humps on whatever he pleases. The animal needs to be put down. And that's all in the name, isn't it? Titanfall? Ah. The Titan shall fall, for it was prophesized. Oh, I get it now. And it's time for the top dog to go! So it is with my utter enjoyment that I announce I will most definitely be playing this so-called beta a month before the game releases, mostly because I was hurt before. I've spent $60, 60 dear dollars. Felt like I lost 60 good friends on that shitty Call of Duty Ghost game. I know a lot of people are upset with Battlefield, but honestly, most of the problems are fixed for me, so I can't complain. But at least with this Titanfall beta, we might be able to get the feeling of how this damn game runs, because I really think I'm going to dominate at this game if I buy it. But I won't be fooled again, motherfucker. I'm not gonna put $60 down on a game. I'm not pre-ordering a game ever again. I've been hurt before. Either way, I'm excited. I can't wait to give all my feedback on my thoughts on the game. I think the First Order business, they need to make sure that the AI soldiers differentiate themselves from the players more clearly. But other than that, without playing it, I think it looks just dandy. But then again, that wild night at the bar should have taught me. Looks can be deceiving. You don't just want to quickly jump onto something hot, start throwing money around and take it home for some sweet lovemaking and find out she has a dick. Bad day. But don't worry, guys. I'll be giving my 2 full hands-on impression on the Titanfall beta. I'll put my hand down its pants, and if there's a dick down there, fellas, you better bet your ass I'm gonna find that motherfucker. My name is FREEDO. I don't do outros.
Watch it peel back.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? My name is FREEDO, also known as the self-proclaimed motherfucking king of Battlefield 4 domination. Joined in on accident on a 1,000-ticket server, and I'll never play one of these ever again. This is my most frustrating Battlefield 4 game ever. I still had a lot of fun playing it, but just the flow of the game, I'm like, nah, we're not dealing with this shit anymore. Never play Domination 64, man. I mean, 48 is still pretty high. I think 32 is the sweet spot. But once you get up to 64 players, dude, people just go in the most random spots because players can just spread out. You can keep squad spawning. We'll show you. Don't worry. We'll give you plenty of examples why it's a bad idea to play 1,000-ticket Dom with 64 men. Nobody told me. I didn't get a fucking memo, a post-it note, email, fax, nothing. I didn't get any. I was not notified of the bullshittery that is Domination 64 man, but stay away from it like the plague. I assure you, your Battlefield 4 experience will enhance if you keep it down to 48 or 32, but we're talking about some things. We're talking about some double kill. Toss that shit on the grill, the Schwann style. Solo capping a flag. You know how I do it. No big deal. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Fire this shit randomly into the abyss, and I guess the server didn't like that, so it switched me to the other team. Beasting with that side, so it gets switched over to the other side that's getting beasted. Now I have to be Kobe Bryant over here and bring this team to victory. We're down by 400 tickets already. What type of crap is this? Enjoy that. Join me struggling. But quick, let's talk about the Super Bowl, because the Super Bowl is coming up. In fact, it is Sunday. I'll be at work listening to it on the radio. What do you guys think is going to win? Okay, I've been thinking about this back and forth, up and down, and I think I really want the Seahawks to win. A few reasons. One, it seems to be unanimous that they got bullshitted. How many didids is in that word? I don't know. Bullshitted when they played the Steelers a few years ago, which I was like 13, 14, something, I can't remember, but so I didn't really know that, but a Seahawks fan vehemently expressed his distaste for the Super Bowl loss that they took. Ooh, rough gunfight, but at least I traded with him. Good headshot adjustment. How the hell did he kill me with an M16? I can't use that gun for shit. Get out of my face, boy. Hipfire madman on here. You too! You can get it. But I think that the Seahawks, with good defense, I really want to see Richard Sherman go off, because I think it's just making this WWE story even more interesting. I love that guy. In finding out, like, he's incredibly... What the fuck is this sniper doing? Oh my god. This is why you can't play 64 man, because people can go to most ridiculous spots. Like, if you play with less players, if a guy goes up there to snipe, and, you know, he might get 3, 5, 6 kills in about 10 minutes or so, he might not be wasting time when it's 64 man and he's spotting people and helping his team, actually. But the less players you have, more player responsibility is allocated to on the ground, and that's why you can't play 64 man, because people just go on roofs and cranes and fucking, I don't know what the hell they're doing. They're like getting to some sort of stairway to heaven part of the map. It's outrageous. But Richard Sherman's a beast. He's a competitor. And I think the shit talk was definitely warranted. I'm making up words again. I got my own dictionary, goddammit. When a motherfucker pushes you in the face after you say good game, like, you're gonna be heated. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I think it's just funny. Guy's got a college degree, stayed in school to finish it. Easily one of the best corners in the league, if not the best. And people, get out of my face, dude! Why are you putting your cock in my mouth? Like, God, I don't want to be your boyfriend. He rolling up on me like that. Trying to capture his flag solo like I did 5 times in this game already. Jesus, trying to bring this team back Kobe Bryant style. But I like Russell Wilson, but not a lot. He hasn't really shown me much. Like when he's on, he's interesting to watch because you don't think a player that small. And what the fuck? Another on the rooftops type death. You can suck my dick, dude. God. Russell Wilson's the kind of player that's he doesn't look like he's supposed to be able to do the things he does when he's on his best. Like, you know, they always show his throwing arc formation, the angle he's got to like cock his arm back, his elbow's almost touching the goddamn ground so he can throw the ball 70 yards. And you know, he's got a little bit of a run and gun aspect to him. A bit of a scrambler, but he's not a huge asset to the team. I think really it's going to be on the backs of Marshawn Lynch. If he gets like 200 yards of that game, they easily can win. That's the only way they're going to keep up with Peyton Manning. Got to keep Peyton Manning off the field, score with your offense, and hit him when you're on defense, because that's the key. He has not been sacked thus far in the postseason, and Peyton Manning, he's the type of guy who, he's got some physical ability. And again, rooftop camper, what the fuck. There's some players that have physical ability, and I spawned on my teammate here. Take out 2 guys off that roof. Go on, FREEDO, there's more. Parachute down, James Bond style. Get low like Call of Duty drop shots, and there's still more, and they're squad spawning. What the fuck? God, unbearable. But Peyton Manning, he does have physical ability, but his mentality is more based on repetition and studying and being incredibly smart. He's not the type of guy that can clutch easily. He's got to know what's going on, and he's very calculated in that way. And if you hit him and put him on the ground, he's going to choke, and I think the Seahawks are going to take it. I want to see them take it. My name is FREEDO. I don't do outros.
Break it. Alright, we're deep throating it. Hold on, you crazy queers. Break them on the fucking table with a couple of faggots and crack it in half. Alright, hold on. Epic. Da-da. Da-da. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
We have lost control.
Oh. Oh yeah, girl. You know how I do it. I put on for my stream. I do not even want to play this map. I'd rather deep throat bananas all day than play fucking drone.